Hi, I'm Trish. Welcome to the Gig House Kitchen. Today is slightly different than normal because we're not actually going to make anything, but we are going to assemble some lovely little Easter cakes. A great activity that you can do with the kids. So let's get down to it. Now my two girls are a little bit old really, but they still love coming home and having a go at decorating cakes and then of course eating them. This probably is sort of quite a fun activity that the family can all do together. So here we have half a dozen lovely little cupcakes that I've already made. If you want to see how to make the cupcakes, you can check out our cupcake video. And this is a variation on that. How I made the marbling effect is I made a vanilla mix and a chocolate mix, and then I spooned spoonfuls or dollops into each case, and then I literally got the teaspoon and gave it a stir, and it comes out in a sort of quite a pretty marbled effect, which is quite fun to eat. I also have here some vanilla and some chocolate buttercream. Now the vanilla buttercream, you can see how to make it from our Victoria sandwich cake video, and the chocolate one is exactly the same, but I have omitted the vanilla essence and put in a tablespoon of cocoa powder. So I am now creaming them up a little bit so they are nice and creamy and smooth and easy to work with, and they will be ready to decorate in a minute. Now the amount I've made is 100 grams of icing sugar and 50 grams of butter, and the chocolate one is 100 grams of icing sugar, a tablespoonful of cocoa powder and 50 grams of butter, and literally just gave that a really good whip. And I have here also some lovely little Easter decorations. These are little white baby Easter eggs and little dairy milk Easter eggs, which I'm going to use to decorate the top of the cupcakes. So if you want to know how we made these, just check out our Easter egg video from last week. So as you may or may not have guessed, we're going to make some little nest cakes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some of my buttercream and put a nice layer on top of each cake. I'm going to spread it quite carefully and gently to give it some sort of a base. And then, oh, that one fell over. And then what I'm going to do is put my lovely chocolate mixture, I'm going to give it a good stir, into a forcing bag or piping bag, which has a rose nozzle, i.e., you know, one that goes sort of like that, as opposed to a plain one. Now I've put it into a measuring jug just to make it easier to hold while I spoon in the chocolate. Now the most important thing about this is you always want to put all of the mixture in at the same time, if you possibly can, unless you're making millions of cakes. Because what happens is that you run out of mixture and you try to refill the bag and then you get utterly covered in chocolate, which doesn't sound so bad, but can be very sticky. So in that goes, and then pick it up and just squeeze it gently to the base. There we go. And then give it a little turn and you'll see the mixture just pops up into the rose nozzle. Now what I'm going to do is literally just put a swirl all the way around to make a sort of little nest. And then I'm going to take my Easter eggs. I'm going to have one white one and a couple of chocolate ones and put them on the top. There we go. Lovely little Easter cakes. So I'm going to carry on doing the next one. A little base on the top. Now if you prefer white chocolate, you could do all white chocolate. If you prefer dairy chocolate, you could do all dairy chocolate. I think they look quite fun to have the two different colours. Again, a nice little round and then on goes the chocolate Easter eggs. Now if you think 3 is a bit excessive, you could just put 2 or however you want to do it. And I'm now going to keep going till I've done all 6. So I'll see you in a minute. So there we have it, half a dozen lovely little Easter cakes. If you could also get your hands on some little Easter chicks and put one on each top, that would make it look even better. And I also have a few eggs left over for me, Cook's Perks, so I'm going to have a nice little munch on those in a minute. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe. We hope you have a really nice Easter break. See you next time at the Gig House Kitchen. Goodbye.